Okay, good afternoon, everybody. Thank you very much for joining us for the latest in our Centre for Science, Health and Data Communication Research speaker series. This afternoon's speaker is Rinlapas Ketverapong, who is a Thai scholar who's also working with us as a doctoral researcher at Bournemouth University. We briefly introduce our speaker. So Rinlapas is a lecturer in the Communication Arts Department, Faculty of Management Sciences at Chiang Mai Rajabhat University in Thailand, and a PhD scholar at Bournemouth University. Her research is related to communication strategies of Granfluencers in Thailand, the growing influence of so-called Granfluencers. So this is a fascinating talk, I'm sure. I'm really delighted, Rinlapas, that you've given up your time to join us. So if you're able to share your screen, I will give you the Zoom floor. As always, everybody, please post comments or questions in the Zoom chat as we go, and we'll have the conversation later on. Rinlapas.
Yeah, I will share my screen now.
Please.
So, this is say that it's for hosts only now.
Bear with me a second.
Yeah.
Sorry. I've made you the host of the meeting so you can share.
Okay, yeah, sure. Okay, screen two. Yeah, it's all done.
That's all good, yeah. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay, thank you, Professor Julian. I'm so glad to be a part of a speaking series as well. And let me introduce myself again. I'm Rinlapas Ketverapong. I'm a PhD student at Bournemouth University, a first-year PhD student, and my research is about Granfluencers in Thailand. And the topic that I would like to share with you guys today is the rise of Granfluencers, how older content creators are taking over the social media platform. And I would say that it is a part of my research right now, but it's just a first step because I'm just right now I'm a first year PhD student, and some of slides that I would like to share is from my chapter 2, a lit review. And today, I will talk about my project briefly, about Granfluencer definition, how they produce their content online, their motivation, and Granfluencer and well-being as well. And let's start with the question that why I interested in Granfluencer content creator. I would say that nowadays the global population are shifting toward an aging society around the world, alongside with the growing trends of social media consumption rate of elderly people. So as a result of that, we can see some individual elderly people become an influencer online, and they are altering the social dynamic of aging. And in recent years, we can see that Granfluencer or senior adult content creator that gains many followers on social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, IG, and YouTube, and right now on TikTok. And if we look at on their content, we can see that they always present themselves as positive across different platforms. They're appealing to wider audience with their confidence, energetic. And right now, I would say that they use the social media platform as a powerful tool to change public perception of the old age. And let me introduce my project first. Like Professor Julian mentioned before, my research is communicative strategy of Granfluencers in Thailand. So I have three objectives now. The first one is to analyze the communication strategy of Granfluencers in Thailand. I want to know like a text, picture, video, style of presentation, hashtag. And the second one is to better understand the production needs and practice of Granfluencers in Thailand. What they need to support the content, what the state that they produce the content, what the tools that they want to support as well. And the last one is to understanding how policy guideline from the governance and private sector which can shape Granfluencer content creation in the future. So this is the basic of my objective right now. And for my research aim or my research outcome, I would say that this research contributes to knowledge in growing field of social media study and the aging population well-being. On my previous study about Granfluencer or senior content creator and social media platform that highlight that empowering older adults to access and use social media effectively to communicate and to inspire other people, help them to reduce some stress and enhance their digital skill and increase their contribution to society as well. So I think my research is also fostering a sense of community and social interaction with is really important for well-being in their later life. So there is three outcomes of my research right now that I thought about. The first one, I think if I finish my research, the first outcome is the guideline for the senior adult content creator in Thailand. Based on my research finding, I have some guidebook, like if they want to produce a content step by step, what they should do, what they should like focus, how they select the content, how they produce them. And the next one is might be the training curriculum for like people who or organization with involved with content creator or digital literacy, if they can adapt of my research outcome to be a training course for other people or other country. And the last one, I think it might be a policy recommendation to enhance the regulation and support influencer in Thailand in the future. And as a result of that, I will say that my research might be impact to the older adult content creator in Thailand to become a new old. New old is mean like they can access to like social media platform. They can use social media to communicate effectively, and they can produce their content to express their identity online as well. And as a result, they help them in terms of well-being in the future. So this is a briefly of my research project right now. But the story that I would like to tell you today is about a Granfluencer in general, not in Thai context, because like I think it's might too narrow and the project is just continuing. But before I talking to you was the Granfluencer, how they're taking the social media platform, I would like to inform you what's the definition of Granfluencer first. Because like when the people asking me that, what is your project? And they say, I'm working on Granfluencer in Thailand. There's always have question, what is that? What is Granfluencer? And I would say that actually it's a new term. It's a new word for like general people. But actually there is a combined word between grandparents and influencer, which refer to older adults who transform themselves into social media influencer. But if we looking on like a paper or a journal, we might see some other words which refer to Granfluencer as well, like a mature influencer or senior digital content creator or senior adult content creator. But is this the meaning of Granfluencer? So the next question, why I study Granfluencer, why influencer study is quite really important right now. There's so many reasons. The first one I would say is about the rising aging population worldwide. Like in Thailand right now, 20% of total population is over 16 years old. And the next one is about the rising trend of social media consumption of elderly people as well. And in recent year, we can see some like phenomena like elderly people, they trend to be a senior content creator online, not for US or Europe country, but in Asian country as well. And if we're looking in their content, we can see that most of them, when they are like produce their content, is always challenge some aging stereotype, because if we imagine about the old people, we will think about that, okay, they might lack of ability, they're decline, they're unhealthy, they might rely on other people. But for Granfluencer content, no, they didn't say that. They show that they're healthy, they're active, they're promoting positive perception of aging to all audience. And the next one is about marketing insight, because there are a huge untapped market potential for the brand for like elderly people. And the last one is the research gap. I would say that if we find some research about Granfluencer, we can find that, but it's just a limit study, because if we is most of them is related to just media consumption behavior, media literacy, and well-being, but just a few of them investigate on Granfluencer content and impact of well-being, or how they produce the content. So this is why I think I have to study on this project. And the result of them might be useful for like elderly people in the future. And let me show you some Granfluencer online. Okay, this is a global phenomena right now. And this is quite really popular Granfluencer. I think some of them might seen Irish or Helen before. She is a fashion Granfluencer on Instagram. And fashion is the entry point for like many Granfluencer as well. But in the world of Granfluencer, it's not just the fashion content. We have so variety of contents like Joanne. She's do like exercise, fitness, and she show the world that I'm 70 right now. I'm still young. I'm still healthy. And next three picture is Granfluencer in Asian culture. This one is a Taiwanese couple. They show their style with like lifestyle, their passion, their fashion. The next one is from Japan, and the last one is grandma friend from China. And you can say that most of the first line is from Instagram, because in the first part of a Granfluencer in worldwide, they use Instagram as a platform to express themselves or to express their identity. But right now, I would say that some of them, or maybe it's most of them, they transfer themselves into the TikTok, because the rising trend, the popularity of TikTok as well. And the next one, I will show you some like content of TikTok Granfluencer. And before that, I would like to tell you that Granfluencer right now, they showcase some diversity in style, creativity, and reach across different regions and platforms. Okay, the next one, the slide that I will show you just a little bit, because I have some video. So it's an example of like TikToker Granfluencer. They're telling content to audience preference and culture norm. They show unique storytelling style with emphasize personal expertise in their hobby. The first one is Barbara Costello, or we can know her as Brunch with Bab. She is 74 years old, grandparents with 4 million followers right now. And her content is related to like cooking videos. And she also shares some like healthy secret healthy hack or living tip as well. And she has a cooking book recipe. Okay, I will show you some her content. Just a moment.
Hi everybody, it's Babs. You need a show-stopping dessert. You don't have the time. Let me show you how to make this out of a store-bought cake in under 20 minutes. An Easter Robin's egg cake.
Did you hear that clearly?
First, you want to remove all the decorations.
Do you hear that? Do you hear the voice clearly?
It wasn't. No, it's very quiet actually. The sound,
Oh, really?
or at least it was for me.
Here's a grandma tip. If you don't have a Lazy Susan for frosting your cake, use the one from your microwave. Just put it on your table.
Okay, I should share the tips of cooking, like easy for the follower to do that. Okay, I will go to the next one. And the next one is Granddad Frank's. Right now, he almost 8 million followers, and he content is about like dancing, and like role play. And this one, he accept the challenge from his followers to do some makeup something. Okay, let's see what is that. The next one is account names Old Guys. It is a friend gang between age 65 to 80, and right now they gain almost 11 followers online. So there's an example, but right now TikTok has become an important platform for like older people to create an online content. It's not just for the European country or US country, but in Asian as well. There are significant number of senior people who are turning on TikTok to showcase their identity. And this is an example in like Asian culture. The first one is grandpassion. Is to current grandparent who start his account to keep in touch and entertain their like grandchild. And the video that I show you is about like a dance challenge. The next one is from Thai context. With it, it is my example of my research as well. Is this account is named Kiang Fitmate. This is a group of friends, grandma who is over 80, and most content of them is about the role play with like so entertaining and funny. And this one, the challenge, the song from the G Idol, Queen Card. So it's just an example for like TikTok. But for Granfluencer right now, not just for TikTok and Instagram, there have other platforms that senior create online content, such as YouTube and Facebook. For this one is Sherlyn Curry. She is a standout as one kind of Granfluencer. She is a game caster. Her gaming journeys become when her son introduced her into strategy game. But today she has 1.3 million followers on YouTube, and she really enjoy with a high engagement rate with like a positive one. And the next one is from Facebook. It's a case study of my study in Thailand as well. It's a retired couple who produce some travel content in Thailand. And there's a way wear a matching outfit with their daughter serving as a photographer and videographer. This page is very popular in Thailand, attracting a significant number of positive comments. But like many authors, they feel like uncomfortable for the first time of the post. But however, with support from and receive the positive comment, like and share from like audience, they see the comment that, oh, your content is so inspiration, and they found that they're confident. And right now, they still keep produce the content. And this page is gained popularity about, I'm not sure about that, but around 1 million people follow right now. So this is some content of Granfluencer online. Like I mentioned, there are so many platforms that they use to express themselves, like Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, but right now in TikTok. And as you see, all of them is quite really easy entertainment and like so funny. And if we see about the production, we can see that it's not a complicated production. So Granfluencers are gaining popularity for like many reasons. They offer content that introduce a new voice, share fresh perspective, fun, and inspire like, our audience. Like if we're looking on their content, we can say that they always present content that they are knowledge or they have a skill in, or they have experience in this field before. They tend to focus on area that where they have deep expertise or like experience, such as cooking, gardening, crafting, or wellness, or like professional advice. By focusing on what they know best, they can build trust and create a credibility with their audience. The next one is about the niche expertise and unique storytelling. Other adult content creators offer unique storytelling that stand out in like in social media space. Their content feel like original and like meaningful. The niche expertise like and combined with the ability to tell the story, and as a result of that, it's like a deep connection with their follower who view them as a mentor or friends. Moreover, they build community and engaging diverse audience as well. Because like in Granfluencer content, then offer forcing inclusive community that bring together followers in different generations. Their content appeal not only for the peer who are in the same age of Granfluencer, but also to younger generation as well, who like appreciate their wisdom and unique perspective. And the last one, I would say that older influencers, they challenge about the aging stereotype, and they prove that the success can be achieved at any stage of life. They show that it's never too late to start a new career. The age is not a barrier to success. Or elderly people can learn a new career, new skill, if they open their mind. And another factor that I think is really important is the key of Granfluencer success is authenticity. In recent years, we can see that for like our audience, we seen a shift in the type of content that people are looking for to consume. We move away from the heavy plan stage and the editing content to much more authentic content, like Granfluencer contents. They have like experience and wisdom. Their personal story or insights often resonate deeply with audience, offering their perspective and feel like relatable and inspiration. Another reason is their content is less filtered, more genuine storytelling. They tend to be raw, unpolished, less production, which many people find is quite real and refreshing. This is some quote that explain why Granfluencer content is quite really successful. Like the audience seeks relatable and real content. Granfluencer content is grounded and real. Message is quite powerful and resonate with younger audience. And their online content is so fun and authentic way as well. So all of this is combination which make them stand out and foster strong connection with their followers. So it's quite beneficial of like the Granfluencer content as well. So if we're looking about the why senior people transfer themselves to be a digital influencer, I would say that the main factor is about the rising of social media consumption among elderly people and COVID-19 pandemic as well. Because if we see that some like data about media consumption, it's noticeable that it's increasing, it's highly increasing since COVID-19 pandemic. And as far as I know now from my research, from the paper in Thailand or in global, most of Granfluencers, they say that they start their career during the COVID-19 pandemic. And the next one is about platform environment with like TikTok, because it's quite really easy to use. They have some functions, some feature with like, if you have a picture or video, you can edit it and post on TikTok in a few seconds. So it's quite really easy to learn and use as well. So in terms of Granfluencer motivation, actually they have so many motivation with like they want to be a Granfluencer online. Like the first one, they would like to express themselves about their own value, about their experience, their knowledge. They want to share their story online to younger generation, their friends, their people. And sometimes they want to increase engagement with their follower while they're posting their content. They want to maintain a useful look. They want to raise awareness about the aging. They want to like explore some like opportunity for income. And sometimes they want to bring a sense of, want to build a sense of knowledge, of community and belonging. And another faction is about platform environment as well, like TikTok, because we can see that right now, elderly people tend to be they have a TikTok account because it's easy to use. They have it's not like complex function. And I used to try to use TikTok before, and I found that it's really adaptation like for efforts and than other platform like Facebook. And they have a song, they have a background, they have a graphic as well. So this is why it's quite gain popularity right now, and older people tend to be a TikToker. As I mentioned before, I said that for the Granfluencer follower, it's not just about the elderly people, but they have a younger generation as well. There are so many reasons why younger people follow Granfluencer. The first one, they found that their content is quite inspiring. They have a passion, and it's multi-generation connection to their share value, share knowledge. They have some emotional connection and reliability. And if we're looking about the comments online on Granfluencer platform, we can say that most of them is quite a positive comment, like you are so cute, you are encouraging, you are so empowering, you are so beautiful. I want grandmom or grandpa to be like that. So it's quite in a positive way. And it's quite a role model for younger generation as well. They have some research claim that elderly influencer may not only be positive in terms of well-being, but younger users can also benefit from them as well by receiving them as a role model for self-confidence and active aging. So this is why younger generation try to follow the Granfluencer right now. So this is some paper that I will show you from Lee and Waycott 2024. They investigate the social connection of older handicraft vlogger on social media platform in China. And if we and the result, they found that when they're looking on the comments of elderly people on this state, they do some crafting like handicraft, like something like that, and the audience always like respond in positively as well. When they're looking on when we looking on the comments, there was the audience member respond with expression to support, such as a heart emoji or heart emoji. And auto reply that is also, when they watch this content, they also miss someone they love. And someone said that they feel like they were watching the older relative doing something for them and recall earlier experience with their grandparents. So we can say that it's quite attractive to like a younger generation, and most of them, they feel like quite positive way and want to support Granfluencer content as well. And the next one, Granfluencer and well-being. I would say that, like, if the elderly people, they use social media platform, it might be like positive for their well-being as well. The first one is to promoting mental health, confidence, and active aging. And social media as a tool for lifelong learning and engagement as well. There's some research show that, like the first one, they show that the older people who using internet and taking a part of ICT can increase the self-esteem, a sense of accomplishment, feel of apply and feel of empowerment, and enhancing the skill and increasing the contribute to knowledge. And the latest one, they show that older individuals who spend more time on Facebook can reduce feeling of loneliness as well. So it means that if the elderly people, they use social media platform effectively and they can share their story online, it's useful for like their well-being as well. And the last one that I would like to share you is about the impact of Granfluencer. They have so many impact. The first thing is social impact. The next one is about the research relevance. And the last one is the marketing insight. Okay, I will talk about social impact first. So for elderly people or Granfluencer online, their content is challenge stereotype about aging by showcasing vibrant, fulfilling life in their content. And they highlighted activity like traveling, exercise, cooking, and inspiring their peer to stay active, both physically and mentally. This is visibly forcing a shift in social attitude, promoting the idea that aging can be a time of growth, creativity, and connection. They may shift like perspective of elderly people. Right now, they're not decline anymore, they're not unhealthy, but they're still active, they're still young, they can do everything that they want, and they have a creativity, inspirational. The next one is about the research. beneficial. They expand understanding of aging and digital culture. The rise of older grandparents right now contribute to a broader understanding of how aging intersect with technology. Researchers can explore topics such as digital literacy among the senior, intergenerational communication via social media platform, or the role of online platform in combating social isolation for the elderly people and well-being. So, and the last one, I think it might be useful in terms of marketing insight, because right now brands are increasingly recognizing the value of the older influencer as they have authentic content, authentic representative for product and services, catering to the senior demographic. They transfer from just health and wellness product to traveling, fashion, financial services, and these influencers offer a trust voice to their audience. With their audience, it's not just as the same age, but younger generation as well. Additionally, the cross-generation appeal allow brands to reach a broader perspective of a consumer, including younger generation who admire the content. And I think this is a created opportunity for like inclusive, multi-generational marketing strategy as well. So this is but this content, I think it might be like investigate more, but it's just my point of view about like grandfluencer and their beneficial in the society research and marketing side. But I would say that studying grandfluencer is quite really important, and it's just the first step. And I hope that my research might be like useful to be a set of audience, so a set of data, a set of knowledge we can apply to like other context or other country as well. So this is all of this that I would like to share you today about grandfluencer. Thank you so much, Julian.
Thank you, Rinlapas. That's excellent. Thank you so much. So I'll invite questions from others, and I'll invite Pete to come in a second as well. Just like to ask you first, could you say a little bit more about your own research methods, your own research methods that you're using in your doctorate?
Yeah, for my research methodology, I would like documentary research in terms of policy guidelines from government sector and a newspaper or article right now, and I use content analysis to investigate the communicative strategy of GF of grandfluencer online as well, and I use in-depth interview. Yeah, to talk to them what their motivation, how they produce the content, something like that. But I will start with the content analysis first, and then going with in-depth interview.
Thank you. And you said in the talk that you were focusing on grandfluencers as a developing trend worldwide, but is your own research primarily focused on the Thailand context?
Yeah, on Thailand, because I think that if I share just a perspective in Thailand, it's might too narrow, and people cannot imagine, cannot relate to the topic. So I start with the global area first. What is grandfluencer? What the global phenomena, and just a brief like example in Thai context.
Thank
because
you.
In
Sorry,
Thai context, I would say that if we focus on platform use for Western culture, they're normally focusing on Instagram first. But in Asian country, we investigate on TikTok and Facebook, like Thailand, and in TikTok and Facebook, because like on my probationary review, a panel asked me as well, why not you study on Instagram? Because the data in Thailand show that elderly people not Instagram is quite not really popular. In Thailand, they tend to use TikTok and Facebook more than Instagram. But in the Western culture, yes, sure, Instagram is #1, and then TikTok, and then Facebook or YouTube. So it's quite slightly different of like social media platform usage in different contexts.
Thank you. So Pete, you've added a lot of comments. So can I ask you to either summarize in one comment or ask one question?
Okay, I'll ask one question. Thanks very much. First of all, that was really stimulating. And there's quite a lot of stuff I've put into the chat, which I won't kind of go through. The thing that struck me was how this is almost a perfect demonstration of what the philosopher Rancière calls subjectivization, which is the idea of finding a new language to tell your own story. And he says that is the essence of the political act. And I wondered how far you see this as a political movement.
You mean for my research for my sample in Thailand? Or
Well, I just think as a phenomenon, because
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah,
saying,
I would say that
the
some,
political
yeah.
movement like it's organized. I'm saying that what it does is it changes loads of things. And I work in education, and I just supervise with great regret lots of unconvincing research, which is desperately trying to use social media in schools, in colleges, in universities, with absolutely no hope of success, because technology is trying to be exploited for another purpose. These people are not. That's why I put at the end, it's a shame that where you finished was the opportunities for marketing. Authenticity could be harvested by the by capitalism, which would be almost inevitable, but very, very depressing. What about the idea that it, in a sense, it kind of redefines loads of things about old people? Certainly, I'm an old person, you see.
I would say that in terms of politics view, you mean in terms of politics view. As far as I do now, it's just focusing on their content. But I would say that some of them, like, oh, okay, in Thai context first, for elderly people, they don't have. Right now, I have some data set of Granfluencers in Thailand as well, and most of them they're focusing on the travel, cooking, but I think they have some interest about politics, but in some contexts of Thailand, it's really hard to speak out or to use your standing point in politics. So it might be a gap of studying Thai, but yeah, for like general, like in global level, I can see some people, some Granfluencers who like use their social media platform as politic voice as well. But for in Thailand, it's quite limited right now. But yeah, your suggestion is quite really good. I will try to think about that, because it might be
I'll put you on the spot.
yeah, it might be another part of the content which is quite really interesting. It might be, and yeah, in the politic view. Yeah, thank you so much for yeah a direction like this. Yeah, it's really interesting. Thank you so much. I will think about that. It might be help me to fulfill my research as well.
Thank you. Can I invite any other questions? You can either type them in the chat or appear on the screen or raise your Zoom hand. We have a bit more time if there are any other questions.
Hi, Pinn.
Yeah, go for it.
Question. So very well presented, visually very engaging. Seems a very interesting project. So my question would be, so with the methodology side, so what you think the challenges are? You know, you found it challenging to deal with the methods. So what's the challenges within the methods, really?
You mean changing?
And sort of like the methods you're using for this research, what you found is challenging, what things you found.
Which one is quite challenging?
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow, I think all parts of them, because like you know that when I decide the research methodology, I have to read from the paper as well, but most of them is from the Western context. None of them is from like Asian or like or Thai context. So maybe it's quite really difficult because like I mentioned, in Western culture, they investigate on Instagram, and the top rate, the top follower of Granfluencer online, like makeup influencer. But for my research right now, I try to mix like for nano, micro, macro, because it might be different. Because if you are a maker influencer, it means that sometimes your content is might manipulate by like or relate to advertising more than yourself. But yeah, it's really hard to do that. But right now I have to like develop my methodology as well, because at my first start I will use like content analysis first, and then in-depth interview and documentary research. But it's a good question. It's a good question. Yeah, I think most of them is quite really challenging, because when we like decide about the equation, decide about the data sheet, decide everything that we have to do to collect the data, is sometimes we have to adapt from the Western culture to Asian culture as well. But it's quite really challenging for me. But I think I have to do the mock test first before the UC. Yep. Thank you so much.
That's great. Thank you for sharing it. Thank you.
Can I ask you one more? Can I ask you a little bit more about the policy context for your work?
Yeah.
So that was particularly interesting. So in your research, I think you're engaging with either policymakers or people in the kind of policy domain in Thailand. Could you just say a little bit more about that?
So I would say that if we're talking about regulation in Thailand with relate to influencer in general, I would say it's none of regulation in Thailand right now. But I would like to investigate what the policy support them in the future, because now they have some like a few organizations with they have some activity to support elderly people, like Thai Media Fund. They offer like funding and activity related to enhancing digital skill for elderly people. And we have some Thai PBS, a Thai Broadcasting Service TV, which have a program, but just like 2 or 3 programs with relate to elderly people. And the last one, we have a platform like Manut Tang Vai, with they always present the story about the elderly people that they inspire people. They have challenging, they do like a new thing, like they have starting a barista career when they're 65 years old, something like that. And maybe I will try to talk to them first, and then just a policy guideline, because right now in Thailand, right now we are aging society. 20% of population are 60 years old, but we don't have a guideline or policy or like media sector or governance to support it directly. But I try to fighting, but I don't say that the none of them, but just a few of them that right now they have to support. Yep. Which is it's just a plan in the future, but I would say if just 20% or 100 or 50%, it's okay. Maybe it's not 100% right now, because it's take time.
Thank you so much. So I think, can I ask you, Rinlapas, to make me the host of the meeting again? So I think we use the same link every week, so you may end up being the host forever. You'll have to come back every Wednesday at 2 p.m. and share the meeting.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, if you just make me the host again, I can stop recording and close the meeting, and you'll be released.
I stop sharing right now. Yep.
Yeah, can you make me the meeting host again? Is that possible?
Okay, just a moment, please. How to do that?
If you go to participants and then next to my name,
Okay.
there'll there'll be an option to make me the host?
No, this is like who can share and who can start sharing someone else. So I have to click on our participant.
Let me just see if oh, sorry, I can do it myself. I apologize. Reclaim host. I've reclaimed. And now I can stop recording. But before I stop recording, I'll just on the recording say thank you so much, Rinlapas, for such an interesting talk about a really fascinating piece of research. And we often talk about research being original and distinctive and generating new knowledge in a new area. And I certainly think this is a really rich area for data about a new and obviously rapidly developing phenomenon. So thank you so much for your talk and everybody for joining in the discussion and for being with us today. So I'll stop recording.
Thank you so much for your opportunity as well.